Hello everybody, and welcome to my official tier list for the mental health of each role in League of Legends. Throughout this video, we'll be ranking the mental health of bot lane, jungle, mid, support, and top lane. We will be deciding how likely are they to go crazy throughout a match, how likely are they to run it down, to troll, to spam type in old chat. We will be looking, how likely was it that each of these roles missed their therapy session in order to attend this game? Before we get into this video, I want to remind everyone to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. All of these things help me immensely, and I thank you in advance. So, first up, I'm going to actually go with jungle. Now, jungle is notable for getting yelled at by everyone on the team. Like the scapegoat of the class, everything is their fault, and everyone will blame them for everything. Their players need to manage all three lanes, and yet, if any lane does anything bad, it is on them. The mental toll, the devastation that this causes on them is incalculable, and yet, much like how evolution can force a beetle to create a hardened carapace, junglers have actually managed to afford the slightest bit of mental stability through the ability to tune out their laners. Through things like muting all or just not giving a shit what people say. Junglers actually do have a little bit more mental stability than your average person might think. They will continue to play the game, and I have seen them continue to play the game with two players yelling at them in chat the entire game despite them doing nothing wrong. As such, where will I put the jungler? Well, the jungler does troll some games. I have very many times seen the jungler troll. I am not saying they are infallible. I am saying that they do have some sort of mental protection. Therefore, I will be putting the jungler potentially at a C, maybe a D. I think for now we're gonna put the jungler in this D. Now, I'm not saying that the junglers have good mental stability, but they're not an F, and they're not an E, because the American curriculum does not have an E. We eliminated that from all our schools back in the 80s. The letter E does not exist anymore. If you are American, you cannot even hear me saying the letter E anymore. You're just hearing me say letter, and then a blank space. Junglers, I think they are a D. They are not the worst. They have some sort of protection. I might potentially bump them up to a C. In fact, let's keep them in a C for now, and then let's look at the other roles. Mid laners. Mid laners are in a unique position. Now, you see, mid laners do not get ganked more often than other laners. They get ganked about the same, and yet their lane is in a very defensible position through the ability for most of them to be ranged or have a way to last hit the minion wave from range, the very great difficulty of holding the minion wave against them, the tower being close to them. It is hard to gank this lane. It is easy to ward against ganks, and through their position on the map, they have far more control over the game than a top laner or a bot laner would have. Mid laners rarely troll, but they do troll often. Well, actually, no, they don't troll often. I would say mid laners are one of the least likely lanes to troll throughout a game. They will type at the jungler, but everyone will type at the jungler, so I'm not going to deduct them points for it. Everybody will spam the jungler. The jungler is a hated piece of shit. Fuck that guy. For now, I will put the mid laner at a B mental health. I put them up here at B because very rarely have I actually seen a mid laner troll. Now, I would put them at an A rank, but there is one problem. That problem is Yone, Yasuo, Zed, and Kassadin. The amount of racism, the amount of slurs, the amount of times people have been told detailed advice on how to kill themselves from those four champions lowers this role from an A tier down to a B tier. The trolling, the 0-10 meme, it impacts this role. It is real. Unfortunately, unless mid laners want to round up and get rid of all the Yone, Yasuo, Zed, and Kassadin players, they will be forced to be down here at a B tier. This puts them ahead of jungle because I think they are far less likely to troll than jungle, but one of the things is mid lane players they don't get yelled at as much. They sometimes will get yelled at. If there is a Katarina or an Annie that has roamed bot lane 10 times, the mid laner will be yelled at, but the jungler will also be yelled at. Even if it's not the opposing jungler ganking the lane, just the mid laner ganking the lane will make people yell at the jungler for not defending against the opposing jungler and mid laner. The mid laner very rarely gets blamed. Next up, we have support. Now, here's something interesting about support, and I think that this helps them more than anyone else. Much like a battered housewife, the support is forced to stay in a lane with somebody who hates them, but they have taken their therapy and they've learned they can leave. They can leave at any time. And because of that, the support actually goes a bit higher. The support will very frequently ditch their abuser. They are they're higher, they're learned, okay? How many times have you seen the support listen to the bot laner going non-stop aggressive stupid words in chat and they just walk away from bot lane? If there is ever an argument between a support and a bot laner, and I look at the chat and I haven't been paying too much attention to bot lane and I see the support and the bot laner having an argument, or the bot laner is yelling at the support, I instantly assume the support is right in that argument. 9 out of 10 times I assume the support is correct. Even if the support is autofill, I assume to myself the AD carry probably did something wrong and the support player is actually who's right. As such, I will give the support an A rank. I don't think there are any support champions either notable for being trolly or being just otherwise stupid. The best I could think of is Pyke players, but even Pyke players, I don't think I'm even close to the trolling that we might see out of a Yone, Yasuo, Zed, or Kassadin main. Support players, unlike jungle, they can just walk away. They can just go, oh, bot lane, you're being a stupid bitch. And they'll just walk away from bot lane. Now, that might make the bot laner even more angry, but at the end of the day, they just get to go, you're an idiot, I'm out of here. Now, no, I can't think of any champion notable that would bring support down. Support players and their playstyles tend to be more chill than I think any of the other roles. They're not expected to carry. Nobody will yell at them for not carrying. You might see the bot laner going a bit insane, but the bot laner will go insane on everybody. So support firm A tier. Why not S tier? The support is not in S tier because anyone who's played this game cannot have an S tier mental stability. That could not happen. Your mental health deteriorates game by game. In fact, reasonably, no one should be above a C tier. But for the purposes of this tier list, we will push them a bit up just so we can see the differences. Up next, not top lane, bot lane. Now, bot laners are crazy. They are insane. If bot lane is ever yelling at anybody, I assume the player they're yelling at is right and the bot laner fucked up. If they're yelling at the jungler, I assume the bot lane messed up and the jungler is correct. If they're yelling at the support, same thing. If they're yelling at the mid, same thing. There's almost never a time where I think to myself, man, clearly it must be whoever he's yelling at fault. No, it is always bot lane's fault. These people are insane. They seem to have extreme main character syndrome. They have mental derangement. They have a disattachment from reality, really. I think sometimes that bot laners don't see the world the way the rest of the people see it, that things happen and somehow in their mind it unfolded differently than we all saw it. I have been gaslit by bot lane mains all the time. You'll ask them, why didn't they flash? And they'll say, oh, I didn't have flash. And you'll look and you'll see they have flash. Or you'll ask them, oh, why didn't you use your Ashe ult? And they'll say, I couldn't hit it. And you'll be like, that doesn't make any sense. Bot laners get an F tier. I think of every role, bot lane is by far the most likely to have skipped out on their therapy sessions in order to queue up for that league game. They need help. If there are mental health services in your country, I believe that games in each role should be tracked, and if you play enough games in the bot lane, people should force you, people in white suits should come to your house and force you to get some help. This role is for crazy people. As for top lane, now, where are we going to put the top laners? Well, for now, I think I'm going to put them at about a C, but I had a jungle. Top laners have, let's call it, a shell around their skull. What does that mean? That means top laners so often realize the hopelessness of life, the hopelessness of their situation. They take on a nihilistic worldview. Nothing matters, all is hopeless, you don't matter, nothing matters. When you see your first pick in top lane, how often do you see top laners pick a champion who can be counterpicked, not because it's smart, but because they realize nothing matters. No matter what you pick, you will be counterpicked. You might as well try to pick your favorite champion. Are you counterpicked? Will you get destroyed? It doesn't matter. You were always going to get destroyed. Do you have second pick? It still doesn't matter. You will be camped. Do you get second pick, not get camped, and win your lane? It doesn't matter, because top lane doesn't matter. You'll still lose the game. Nothing matters. Top laners don't care. They are probably, in my opinion, the least likely to troll, the least likely to run it down. I have seen more support players do trolly behaviors than top laners. Now, that's not to say that nobody trolls. Everyone will troll, period. You will see every lane troll. No lane is immune to trolling. However, top laners will just tune out of the game. They will shut down mentally. They will realize that this doesn't matter anymore, that it never really, truly mattered. They will just split push. They will do their own thing. The end is coming, and they're just waiting for it to happen. Top laners get a C on the mental stability because unlike mid and unlike support, these two roles can still potentially win a game. Top lane can't. And because of that, top lane realizes that they can't win and they should stop trying. Should they actually stop trying? No, but they do, and they do quite frequently. Their mental health is on the lower end. It's not terrible. We're not lost yet, but they are in a position where bad things can happen to them and they would not care anymore. And this is my mental health tier list. I thank you all for watching, and I hope you all agree with these. If you disagree, you can of course leave your own comment, and you can talk about this amongst yourself. As always, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching, everybody. A special thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you a lot. For as little as $3, you can support this channel. The link is in the description. For everyone else, once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.